Hi, and welcome to the next video Devo. Today's passage is the first verse of the great hymn, Higher Ground. And it's called, for Tuesday, June 23rd, this is called, the title of this section is called, Upward Way. We're going to be starting with Ephesians chapter 3, verse 19, which says, "And to know the love of Christ, which passeth knowledge, that ye might be filled with all the fullness of God." Good verse. So the hymn Higher Ground acknowledges the difficulties of the Christian life, but we press on and ever striving for the goal. And a Christian must be habitually forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before. Philippians 3, verse 13. And so, it is in the hymn, and it is actually the first verse of the hymn Higher Ground, which goes, "I'm pressing on the upward way, new heights I'm gaining every day, still praying as I'm onward bound, Lord, plant my feet on higher ground." And then you go, "Lord, lift me up and let me stand by faith on heaven's tableland, a higher plane that I have found, Lord, plant my feet on higher ground." I'll try to put a little melody to it. I don't know the full melody to it, so hope you like that a little bit. Trying to put a little melody to it, but trying to do it as just as the best I could do it. So hope you don't look down on me for trying. So all faithful warriors must remember that they are fighting for the King. And in 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 4 says, No man that warreth entangled himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. Okay. So many successful soldiers in the Lord's army may be gaining new victories each day. Although in the biggest picture, these may go unrecognized by others and sometimes even by the individual soldier. But these efforts as soldiers will be commended by the one for whom we are fighting. And that reminds me, talking about soldiers in the Lord's army, that reminds me of a song I always sang when growing up, going to church on Sunday mornings, going to Sunday school, being in children's church and stuff like that growing up. And it's a song where it goes, "I'm in the Lord's army. I'm in the Lord's army. I'm in the Lord's army." That's all I can remember. But it's a neat little song that I learned growing up. So I hope you have heard about that one. I'm in the Lord's army, yes sir. I'm in the Lord's army, yes sir. I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never zoom over the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army, yes sir. may not be all of it, but I don't know where it comes from. It just boom. When I started saying yes sir, it brought back the rest of the ability. So I hope you like that one. So, let's get back to the passage. It says, "Our endeavors must always be bathed in prayer as we seek to give his favor. Our supplication must be, Lord, grant me victory over any sin which besets me. Provide me favor today as I press on in your service. Give me opportunity to teach your word to those in need. Give me fruit which lasts for eternity." End quote. So an earnest plea that touches God's heart has great power, and we can look forward to seeing it work mightily. And as the hymn teaches, we can expect him to plant our very feet on that higher ground. Okay. Hope you enjoyed that little side jingle. But I just talking about the Lord's army. It brought back memories of that song I knew growing up and singing in children's church. And oh, sorry, that was wrong. I didn't mean to burp right into the mic. I'm just sorry, because some of those that's come up, you just can't stop them. Sorry about that. So that was the passage for today's passage for Tuesday, June 23rd, 2020. Tomorrow's passage for Wednesday, June 24th, we're going to go on with the second verse of Higher Ground. And it's going to be talking about sin and the Christian God. And we're going to be starting off with the verse 1 Timothy chapter 6 verses 11 and 12. So I hope you're enjoying this journey into the great hymn Higher Ground. And tomorrow we'll talk about the second verse, and then Thursday and Friday we'll cap it off with the next two verses, and then as soon as Friday's passage over, I'll sing it all the way. I'll do each verse and the chorus all together, and I hope it won't be in the right frame of mind, but I'll just that way you could hear the whole hymn together. And I don't know if you have a whole hymn book. See if you have an old hymn book, or look it up online and look up the hymn Higher Ground. And maybe you could find a website that has the hymn, and when you're looking at it, it'll have the music to go along with it. So it might just bring to mind what the song is all about. It might bring the melody to the song as you're sitting there reading the words. Or it might be somebody singing it and you can follow along on the lyrics. So I appreciate you. I hope to get some subscribers soon. And I thank everybody for watching. Good night. Good luck. And I'm out.